We'll just start with me looking like this.
Yeah, we're gonna start right there. Hello, friends. Welcome to the 10th episode of Three Best Friends Main Course. I am your host this week, Mike Towndrow, back from the dead, Frankenstein's monster himself. Um, I'm gonna start with Jake. I'm joined by Jacob Palmer
What up?
and MC Wright.
Hello.
He's
How you
drunk.
boys?
I'm about to be.
How, how you boys doing?
It's a morning.
It's
Yeah.
good to see. Good to see. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're
Yeah,
not
I do
looking like a
want-
ghost anymore. That one picture was hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do want to start off by saying thanks to both of you and a huge shout out to Fiona and everybody who checked up on me. Friday and this weekend really fucking sucked. For listeners who don't know, I bashed my head on a vent or a low hanging duct, and I gave myself a new ear, pretty much. It's like a little dog ear on the top of my head. A lot of blood, a lot of stitches, solid 8 stitches, and yeah, I'm recovering. I'm home from work today, and we're getting there.
Best
So, Mike,
Have a
if you don't mind me asking, did it knock you out when you hit your head?
No, luckily it didn't, because we have 2 storage closets, one in our second floor and one in our basement, and like the ducts and the vents and stuff literally go up to my chest, so I have to really fucking cower down. And I wasn't paying attention. I came up way too quick and way too soon, and and at first I screamed like fuck because it really hurt. I didn't really notice anything.
Right.
I put my hand on the back of my head and it was just drenched. And I
That's
felt
how
like I
it
was
always
sweating,
happens.
and
Yep.
and I look down and I just see like little droplets on the floor. So I run from the basement to the bathroom to grab paper towels. I just empty that shit out.
Oh my god.
Run to one of the editing labs where I knew 2 of my friends were, and I just like leaned against the door, and the expression on my friend's face just like they just ran to the fucking door, opened it up, and they sat me down. And I work with like some of the best people in the world. They like took care of me. A lot of them ran out to get me like Gatorade, Powerade, because of course I didn't eat. It was right before lunch, so I thought I was gonna fucking pass out. But no, EMS came and straight to the hospital. And
My favorite thing about the whole thing was how you had professional photos taken.
oh yeah,
In the ER.
so, yeah,
Like
so,
the last one you sent was like you laying down and the lights just on your
Yeah.
head. I'm like, is he dead?
Like we weren't wrong
So-
about last week's episode.
no. So yeah, no,
Oh, he
my
looks like an angel.
my boss who is a cinematographer, he came with me, and yeah, he was like, oh, hold up, let me get this portrait mode going. But no, luckily, if I passed out in that basement, I would have been fucked. Nobody goes in that room.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. Like, it could have been way worse, but luckily it was just like
Yeah.
stitches and done. Even the doctor came in. He was like, hey, he's acting himself. No need for a CAT scan. No need for MRI or anything like that. So I'm feeling good. I'm definitely like not energetic or anything. I'm just fucking exhausted and all that stuff. But I feel myself.
That's
I'm
good. We're glad to have you back, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Like every head wound story is exactly like that. Like I was telling you, like a fucking stone troll fell in my head when I was like 3 years old. I was trying to climb the shelf to get a different NES game, and I'm like, kind of hurts. Went
Yeah.
upstairs. My dad's getting ready for work. He's doing his time, and I just see myself in the mirror, just red, dark red, like,
Yeah.
all over the place. And then he finally looks down. He's like, just fucking white as a sheet. He's like, whoa! Like, I'm sure he cursed. But, so it's like
Dude,
almost every story is like that.
And
You
shout
freak
out
someone out.
Shout out to one of my friends, Russ, who they grabbed him from the 3rd floor, came right downstairs. Like, there was no reaction to me. Like, I was like, they're covered in blood. I looked like I went through a fucking cage match or some shit. And he just walked in. He was like, "All right," and he just like grabbed bandages. And he was like, "All right, let's do this. Gotta, just take that off." Oh, okay, cool. And he bandaged me up. He was super professional. And I texted him later. I was like, "Hey, thank you again." Blah blah blah. He was like, "Yeah, I followed your trail. You had a rough morning." And the other funny thing I didn't tell you guys yet, at some point after the stitches, I was just waiting to get the tetanus booster, which my arm still fucking hurts from that shit. I hate that.
Yeah.
I saw a priest outside, and in my mind I was gonna make a joke to my boss and be like, look, he's gonna give me my last rites. And as soon as I was gonna say it, he fucking walked in. I was like, he has the wrong room. But he was like, yeah, I'm looking for a town. I was like, Towndro? He's like, yeah. I was like, fuck. Okay, now I gotta deal with this shit.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, he wanted to like say a prayer for me, and like I tried to not laugh, but I couldn't contain myself. But luckily, he said a joke, and I was like, okay, I can let it out now.
Okay.
I was like, no, I'm good, man. We're fine. I'm just waiting to leave. Have a blessed day. I was like, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
One last ride.
One last.
Just so you know, please ignore all applications we get from the Three Best Friends podcast email account. We did not search for a new best friend to be put on the show.
And we didn't get any applications, so
No, yeah, none. Not,
No,
I
wait,
deleted
yeah.
them all. Deleted them all, so you didn't see.
None can live up to me.
Except Fiona.
Well, Fiona's replacing you.
Oh yeah, you're still alive. Yeah, so yeah, she is replacing me. How many episodes do I have left?
it's funny
Shocked
because
you
we're
made
gonna
it to 10.
call back to this at episode 40. Because the only reason Mike survived is because we frequencied his ass and saved his life.
Pretty much. Great. On that note,
Dear God. This is how the episode's gonna go. Great.
It's episode 10, man. We can do whatever we want. We made it to 10.
Woo!
yeah,
It's our first milestone. Yeah.
Good job, guys. We made it to episode 10. Big milestone.
So, this week we're going to talk about our highlights of 2018 so far. We're in June. I was going to wait till the last week of June so I could at least talk about Gorillas, but it's not out yet.
But we're going to
Whatever.
be in
I
at
know.
prom. And
And we're going to be in San Francisco and stuff, so maybe, I don't know, we got to figure out what we're doing for there. So each of us are going to pick 3 highlights of 2018 so far. So whether it's movies, games, comics, music, whatever. And then we're also going to pick our biggest disappointment of the year so far. Or disappointments, depending on a
Who you
certain
are.
Hawaiian shirt homeboy over here.
I got a lot to hate, man.
Is it Hawaiian? Is it Hawaiian though? It's a watermelon.
It's a little hard.
I do have like the flower cabana shirts too. I wore this to a charity golf game last year in my red pants. I got compliments from everyone.
Of course. That's the
Like,
place
yeah,
to wear
the
it.
best dressed. And some dude
Yeah.
had like a whole like tailored thing, ridiculous outfit. I was the
I
one
like
that got all the compliments, and I bought this for like $10. So
Not a bad prom outfit.
Dude.
no, don't tell. Hey, you can't spoil my outfit for
I don't.
Al doesn't know what it is yet, so.
Oh, God.
So, Matt, let's start with you. Give me a highlight.
So I'm gonna start with number 3, which I feel like we should just so we can build up. My third highlight of the year so far is Wizard of Legend. I don't think you guys have had a chance to play this game yet.
Not yet.
And they just said like they're bringing more content to this game, which there's already a ridiculous amount of spells and everything in this game because you only have 4 slots that you can go into any because it's kind of like a dungeon run game. And if you die in there, you do keep the money that you get from there, but you lose your progress. So you have to start at the beginning every time, and it's randomized which boss you're going to go up against first. But they just announced they're going to add more bosses because there's only 3 so far, and there's 5 elements in the game. It's just so much fun trying to figure out what spells work, what mesh together, and it's co-op. It's only local, but it's such a fun game. I'm totally going to want to play it with both of you guys when we're down in San Fran. Partly because I haven't played it co-op yet, but it's a blast. Like it's seriously one of my highlights this year. And
Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Switch. It's on everything.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's still going to make my list for our final, year-end review too.
Mhm.
So check that game out. Give it love.
Nice.
You had that one. What was the other Switch game that you really was that? Maybe it was this game, but I think there was something else. Is this the one that's like difficult as well?
Oh
Like
yeah,
the-
yeah. No, it's almost like Dark Souls.
Okay, yeah, this is the one. Okay, I totally.
It's like Dark Souls meets Mega Man X, if that makes any. It's not a side score. It's top down.
Yeah.
But like, so you always have a dash attack, which can either be any element or whatever. So like, You can leave a trail of fire that can damage enemies if you place it right. And then you have 2 regular attacks, which can be anything, and then you have a super. And when you're in the dungeons, you can pick up more spells, so you can have a total of 6. But you can never carry those spells out of the dungeon with you. The only ones that stick with you are the ones you get from the bosses that drop.
Got it.
But it just so much strategy in that game, and it's just so much fun just trying to figure out what to use.
It looks amazing too, from what I remember seeing on it.
Also.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't gone through the entire thing. I have not been able to beat 3 bosses yet. So I look forward to when that happens.
Nice. Jake, what do you got?
I'm gonna start off with music. I'm gonna do Dayshell. They haven't released an album this year, but they've been releasing like a song here and there. They released 2 songs so far. The first one that they released was Hate Wave, the number 8, then Wave. Their next one they just released was Feel Fly. And what they're doing is Shaylee, the main leader of this band, he's been going from like, I think he did like 2 different record companies, and then he wants to just do this on his own. So he's just been releasing these songs by himself. And this is like one of my favorite bands I've listened to since they opened up for Chevelle, and they weren't a band I never even heard of, and just hearing them live, I was like, okay, these guys are really good. They play their asses off, and they deserve a good following. So I started listening to their music, and then like as soon as like I listened to them, like I feel like this is like live again, because they were just like spot on. Like I love live performances that are almost like their records, but even better, like better live. So they released these 2 new songs. I keep listening to them nonstop. Go listen to Dayshell. I'm good at recommendations for music sometimes.
What kind of what genre would you say?
It's not metal, but it's definitely
Like
close to it. Hard rockish. It's like in between. Like he's got great vocals, but he can definitely scream his head off if he wants to. It's amazing. Every time
do they have a full release planned?
I don't know if they're going to. I think it all depends. I think it's going to depend on how much traction these songs get, just being released by themselves. I'm sure if he makes money off of this, he'll do a full release. But I think this is him just testing the waters and seeing how this goes. So maybe later this year we'll get a full album release. I have a feeling that he's been writing music ever since their last album, Nexus, was out. So I'm looking forward to that.
So it was funny. I was looking through a list of albums that have released this year so far. I haven't listened to a single album released this year, but I was surprised by some of the ones that came out. Like Kylie Minogue is still doing shit, but like it's labeled as country pop now. Like, yeah, I remember when it was like, house.
You know who else?
Yeah,
Hoobastank.
Oh yeah,
Hoobastank. There were some other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but there were like a lot of bands from like the 90s and stuff that put stuff out this year. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
There is one album I was like looking forward to, and I still haven't listened to it. Yeah. Justin Timberlake's album I was excited to listen to, and I still haven't listened to it yet.
Heard it was not that great.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I'm like,
but it's like
kind of disappointing.
As far as like new artists and not new artists, but artists I listen to that actually put out music I buy. It's Run the Jewels. It's this synthwave stuff that I can't get enough of, and then it's always like, are we gonna see new Kavinsky this year? Is Kavinsky ever gonna put anything else out? Rest in peace, Kavinsky.
Rest in peace. May you visit Mike.
All right, I don't know if I want to do music or comic. I'm leaning towards comic because I started marketing the show as a comics thing also, so I might as well, 10 episodes.
Well, because like that's why I asked the question. Like, does it have to be from this year? Because I did read a couple comics this year, but it's not from this year.
I want to give a shout out to one that did come out this year. It's called Ice Cream Man. Have either of you heard of this?
No.
I feel like I saw a snippet of it on IO9 because they always do the weekly roundup of like what comics came out this week, what you should pay attention to.
So it's written by W. Maxwell Prince. It's an Image comic, It's kind of Twilight Zone-esque, Black Mirror-esque, except there is like a very rough through line, like following this like ice cream man who is some celestial being or monster or something. Like they didn't explain shit yet, but the first issue is a boy who like lets his spoiler or whatever, a boy who pretty much murders his parents because he like let his like pet spider just roam around the house or whatever, like intentionally to just like feed on people and stuff. And each issue, I think they're only on 5 issues or so. Each issue follows this like weird, strange story. It could be murder, could be drug related, could be some like old burnt out rock star trying to relive their glory days, and it's all tied to this guy, this ice cream man, who's just interacting with all these different characters. All the stories, like each story doesn't really have to do with each other than the one through line of the ice cream man. And the last issue, which came out I think in May, because I know they were taking a little bit of a break, we finally meet another character who knows the ice cream man, so we're starting to get little pieces of who the hell this character is. It's really weird, really goofy, really like dark at times. I can't recommend it enough. It's such a weird original comic. I haven't read
So it's
anything
like
so original in a while.
I don't know if you ever read it, but so it's like a Twisted Sandman, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Hmm.
I can't recommend it enough. I think it's coming back this month or in July. I'm really excited. Image is putting out like I think everything I'm reading is Image.
Every comic I've read in the past few years is from Image.
They're fucking killing it.
I stopped reading Saga, not because I don't like it. Like, go out there, support Saga, read that shit.
Awesome.
Just because I'm waiting for it to end. Because usually Brian K. Vaughan, his stuff ends at 60.
Yeah.
And like he has these like 8-month periods where no comic comes out and stuff because they're taking a break. Which, you know, granted, fucking take that break. You guys are doing stellar work. So I want to wait until it ends, and then I'm gonna buy all the hardbound cover. I have. It's not out here anymore.
I have one I'm looking at right now.
I have a what's it called? The CB whatever, but like the verified sealed thing.
Oh, nice.
I have one of those of Saga #1 signed by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona. Is it Fiona Apple?
No, not Fiona Apple. That's the singer.
That's a singer. Staples. Fiona Staples.
Staples. Yes. I'm trying to read it.
It's signed by both of them. You can't even find that on eBay anymore. I'm never gonna sell that thing. If I did, I could probably send my kid to college at this point. But yeah, no, that I cannot recommend that comic series enough. That and Monstrous. I guess
I heard of that also. Yeah.
Don't hear of it. Like I will after the show give you my information to Humble Bundle.
Okay.
And I have volume 1 and 2 on there. Fucking amazing. It's written and drawn by 2 women. So fucking good.
Nice. Are either of you mentioning comics for your other 2?
No.
Okay. I just want to give a shout out to some because we haven't mentioned comics at all in these past 10 episodes.
That's
No, I didn't even realize it until I started talking on my tangent.
I
Like,
know.
oh, I am fucking reading comics.
I need to catch up on a lot of stuff.
So I want to just like lightning round like some shout outs of this year. Walking Dead, still killing it.
Mhm.
Animosity, really good. Lucy Dreaming by Max Bemis, singer of Say Anything. Very good. Batman White Knight was a fucking awesome like one-off Batman story.
Yep.
Outcast is still fucking awesome. Gideon Falls is cool. Moon Knight was cool. The Bloodborne comic is really good.
Oh, I need to hit that up.
It's really good. Dark Fang by Image, really good. I think that's all the most recent stuff that I've been reading.
So I stopped reading Walking Dead after the prison arc.
Oh, dude, it gets fucking
It
crazy.
gets
Yeah, but you can say that about any arc in Walking Dead.
well.
So I'm in the camp that I am like very over the TV show.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
I've
done.
been done with the TV show since the first season.
Especially
After
now
Frank
that
Darabont got fucking canned.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking fire Frank Darabont?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
The comic continues to surprise, and like those characters are just so endearing. And even most recently, maybe like 3 issues ago, like there was one comic, like one issue that had me like fucking choked up and crying because of how like heavy it was.
Mhm.
It still continues to surprise. Kirkman is one of my favorite writers.
That's why I wish Kirkman had more say in the TV show. I feel like the TV show
Yeah.
would have been a lot better.
I
Even
think
if
he
you
pretty much does.
Well,
the,
Kirkman's been a producer.
yeah, but
It's like,
on
does
it.
that really
It's-
mean though?
yeah, but it's like it's you got Gimple in there, and it's just like I don't know, man. It's just
They're
show's
changing
gone.
story.
For me, the show, like what they turned into, even on the first season, you could see this. It was a Days of Our Lives zombie drama, which the comic does to a point read like that, but the show was so afraid to show all the crazy shit that happens. Like, how many seasons did it take for the prison shit? Like, is she still alive or did she finally die?
Oh.
Michelle?
His wife.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, Lori.
yeah, she.
Okay, but
She
it
dies-
took
she dies.
way longer than it does in the comic. And like in the comic, like that's a gut wrenching fucking moment. Like, holy shit, that
Yeah.
fucking happened.
And
Her and the baby.
yeah,
Yeah.
Spoilers for
Hey.
a comic that came out fucking years ago.
Yeah. But to be honest, like that scene in the comic was like so gut wrenching. It's so brutal. Like everything through that whole entire prison scene, like that ending was insane.
And the entire comic's like that. And I
Yeah.
was excited for that to happen. And if Fred Dermott, for people who don't know, is one of the boast. I just created a new word,
Okay.
by the way. The most and best boast.
Yeah.
One of the best directors out there. If you've seen Green Mile, like his magic. And he was the one who championed that show. He wanted to get that made, and he directed episode 1 and 2.
Mhm.
And then behind the scenes, there's a fight between him and AMC, and they fucking fired him basically. And it doesn't take a genius. Like, if you watch movies, like Mike, you love A24. You can tell a difference between episode 1 and 2 and the rest of the series.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Cinematically, episode 1 and 2 that's fucking Frank Durbach. The Mist, the movie, like the ending to that movie is different from the book. Stephen King was watching it, he didn't know how it ended, and was sitting next to Frank. He's like, "Oh my god, you did that!" Like, he surprised Stephen King. This is a dude who knows what he's doing, and you guys fucking let him go. This is why I never supported the show. It's just they created a fucking soap drama,
Yeah.
based off of Walking Dead.
I guess we
Don't
could
worry.
tie in.
It gets worse.
Yeah,
Oh
so-
no, I stopped. Like, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, have you watched Walking Dead?" No, and I never will.
So we can tie in my biggest disappointment of the year, and it is the
There,
show.
there you
I
go.
was
That's gonna be
still
mine as
watching it.
well. Yeah.
I was still watching it until this past season because this arc that they're on is like one of my favorites in the comic.
Mhm.
Introducing Negan and the whole war. The war is fucking insane in the comic, and they
Yeah.
totally fucking botched it. This
It's
past 2
yeah.
seasons.
It
I
is
was
so.
like, I think I forgot the actor's name who's playing Negan. He's doing great. He's awesome.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's
like,
amazing.
Thank you. But the
The
writing
comedian.
just fucking the writing and the direction just fucking
Terrible.
sucks.
And it's like
Yeah. So now I'm.
It's because they kept him on too long, right?
not even
Yeah.
that.
not
it's
even
just
that.
there's
Well, I mean,
just-
like in the comic, like he's not there as long. Like, they just milked it because people were reacting to it.
Hold- Can I spoil the comic?
Go ahead.
I already know. So yeah.
He survives. He's alive.
Yeah.
He's still alive in the comic currently.
Yeah.
He kind of turns into, like, I know it sounds like absurd, but he's kind of a good guy now, like, sorta.
Sort of.
It makes sense, like, if you read the
Mhm.
50 fucking issues that come after that. So, and they kind of hint at that in the show, but like they do it super weird, and
It's-
I didn't even finish off the season. I don't really know how it ends or anything. They're starting to tease the Whisperers and the Whisper War, which is another fucking insane arc in the comic. But like, I don't want.
But you're missing a key component. You're missing a key component to this whole Whisperer thing. You killed off the character.
Yeah.
you killed off the character because you didn't want to pay him.
True.
My God, this show is just.
So that arc started where I ended, right? The people that
Uh,
are watching them after they leave the prison.
No, that's the wolves,
Yeah.
kind of,
Okay.
and the people who like eat the other people.
Yeah,
Cannibals.
Like the
Cannibals.
only great thing I can say personally for me that came out of Walking Dead was Dave Chappelle on SNL
Mhm.
doing the Negan thing.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
to his
yeah.
previous
Yeah.
character.
That was
That was
great.
hilarious.
Yeah. I understand. Like, I think Walking Dead would have probably been a great show if they did the Game of Thrones route. Do 10 episodes a season. Don't put in all this filler
Oh,
crap.
man, it's not like they do 12 or 13 a season, and they still
16.
meh.
Yeah, well, they do
I agree. I know. I agree.
it's just too many episodes, a lot of filler crap that's not needed, and it's just
Which is weird. Like we were used, our generation, we were used to 22, 24 episodes a season.
yeah.
That's what a season used to be.
mm-hmm.
The only places that did like those low number seasons were HBO and stuff.
Yeah. FX is starting to do that now, and
Yeah.
we'll get back to FX.
Right.
I'm fine with it.
That's
Like
how I-
the more money that you're putting in production value rather than more episodes, fucking do it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your next highlight?
My next highlight, as I turn on my iPad, switch.
Jake, what's your next highlight?
Oh, great. We're going to go out of order again. Great.
Sorry,
No,
well,
no. I got it. Number 2 for me is a movie. It's something we already discussed in, a long episode. Avengers: Infinity War. It took us how long to get to there?
Mm-hmm.
10 years,
But
baby.
that movie, like, it still sticks with me. Like, it's a comic book movie, but it had fucking shit that happened. Things I didn't think they were gonna do in the movie that happens in the comic book, the original one, way back when, because they've already done like 2 different versions of the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Battle, Infinity whatever the fuck, because it's Marvel. They keep
Do whatever the hell they want.
Mm-hmm.
Without rebooting it. Fuck you, DC.
DC?
Sure.
DC. Hashtag fuck you, DC. Infinity War was amazing. It was basically 3 movies in one. You had the Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man arc. You had the Thor and Guardians arc. And then you had the movie at its most core was Thanos. And this is what I love Marvel at its best. Like, give us a reason to know this villain. Don't just let it be like a parallel whatever, which most of the movies are. Even though I love Black Panther, still a parallel. The parallel villain needs to kind of die off at this point. Like, it's just we get it. Like, we've read these comics for years. Like, the first villain that's usually there is the one that's the parallel to the hero. It's like, I stand for this. I don't stand for this. Let's fight. Thanos is such a great character in that movie. And they gave all these old shout outs to his past and everything, why he's doing this, why he brings up Gamora, and all this stuff. And it's not just a comic book movie at this point. Like, this is a great movie. And I'll say that, like, I'm a movie buff. I love fucking movies. All of them. Except for one that we'll mention later. What?
I said, yeah, you do.
Yes, I do. Even though this room is just video games, that's what this room is, because movies are downstairs in the living room where movies need to be, where we watch them.
Where you fucking?
Except for Rickers. No, Thanos in that movie is just so good. Josh Brolin fucking brought it. Like, and it's great. Like, I don't have it on my list, so I'm not going to talk about it later. But Deadpool 2, like, he plays this one-dimensional character through 2/3 of the movie, and then great. Like, for the beginning of the movie, you know his arc, but after all this shit happens, then it's, oh shit, Josh Brolin's starting to work here. It's Josh Brolin. Shout out to Josh Brolin.
2018.
Yeah, I mean,
year Josh
he is
Brolin.
making these 2 movies that I've loved so far, and they're comic book movies, but
Yeah.
that's not even, like, you can't use that as an excuse anymore, because
No.
the comic movies we've had this year, Black Panther, Infinity War, Deadpool 2, are fucking amazing.
Yeah, like a lot of these comic book movies were classified as like just popcorn movies, like just something you just naturally.
And
watch.
they have been.
They
like,
have been, yeah. I agree.
mean, I think I still stand by Black Panther as the first, like, comic movie that's an actual like film to me.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Shakespeare.
Because I'm going
Fucking
to
incredible.
yeah. Because my next point is actually something where I'll disagree with Matt just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, go for
Because
it.
I actually put Black Panther on my list because I actually love the villain Killmonger
Oh,
because
me too.
I-
Yeah.
I feel like his views like I did like Civil War's villain there where he had his I forgot what his name was.
Baron.
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah. You know,
Zemo.
yeah.
Zemo. Thank you.
He had his reasons why the Avengers should fight. I just feel like it wasn't pulled off as well as Killmonger because seeing the fact and sorry if this spoils Black Panther for you, you had your chance. It's been
Spoiler
announced.
alert!
Killmonger's father gets killed. Okay. He finds out everything about Wakanda. He's been shunned away. Now he realizes there's all these weapons. He sees all his brothers and sisters being killed like out in the world. Like he knows this could save them and this could put him as number one. This could be how they come back.
And he fucking wins.
And he wins the fight. Like, and he shows why
Is that what
he
he
should
wanted?
be. Like, he actually had reasonings why to do this. And I'm like, I understand why you're doing this. Just like Thanos. I understand why you're doing this. I don't agree with you, but I understand why you're doing it. And like, I can understand why other people will agree to what you're doing. So I don't feel like he was like just a one-dimensional villain at all. Like, unlike all the previous Marvel movies where it felt like all these characters were just like you said, like, I'm bad, I'm good, we're gonna fight. Like, I don't feel like this happened in Black Panther at all. I feel like Killmonger actually had his reasonings, and he was developed way better than any previous Marvel villains.
So you actually just saying all these things made me realize, like, you're absolutely right, by the way. They didn't show any of that. They didn't show, like, that Killmonger grew up in a world where the California riots happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they just kind of imply it.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a fucking powerful scene. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like,
that actually has me way more respect for Killmonger. Like, because, like, talking about the backstory and all of them that's not shown, like, this is shit that should have been in the movie because it makes his character way more, like, he's seeing all his friends die.
Yeah.
And
mean-
he knows this world exists.
And think about how many wars and battles he's been in because you see all the marks he puts on for the kills he has. So just thinking about that logic through his mind, like, I can understand why he's doing all this. And then even the ending for him, like, this is the one villain, like, please don't die. Please don't just kill him off.
Right.
But then the ending was so impactful. Like, it's like, I don't want to stay alive, not in this world. Like, put me with my brothers and sisters, like, bury me in the, and it's just like, his acting was just his performance. Michael B. Jordan, dude.
Oh, I love Michael B.
Amazing.
Jordan. Like,
Amazing.
I've been a champion of Creed since
Yep.
that movie came out.
Fucking Creed is incredible.
Yes.
First half of Fantastic Four, like we talked about.
Yep.
He's awesome in
Great
that
movie.
too.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, watch that actor. He's gonna do great things.
Oh, yeah.
And now that you've talked about it, I'm pissed off. Like, they could have a way more character building for Killmonger.
Mhm.
Because
Granted, there's only
without
so much you could fit in a.
Yeah, right.
2.5 hours.
Exactly.
I know,
Especially,
but,
especially when
like,
the name's
without-
Black Panther, but it's just like,
without that, like, it does kind of feel like a side, B side, villain thing.
And just him and
But
Ryan
it
Coogler-
feels way much more like when you actually talk about like real events and like where he grew up. It definitely feels more like, oh shit, yeah, no, this makes way more sense.
just
if
him
it's-
and Ryan Coogler are just like
yeah.
Yes.
fucking
Yep.
dynamic, most dynamic team out there.
Mhm.
I'm upset that he's not doing Creed 2.
Me too.
I know.
But I'm still excited.
I
Yeah.
understand why, but
Yeah.
They did announce his next film already with Michael B. Jordan. It's something have to do with like the SATs or something. I'm super interested in it.
Mm.
But yeah,
I haven't watched Fahrenheit 451.
it's
That
good.
remake, but
It probably would have worked better as a series than a film because the pacing is like kind of off in
Yeah.
it.
but yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
But
I love him and everything
Amazing.
he's in.
and shout out to Sterling K. Brown as the
Yes.
dad. that one scene between him and Michael B. Jordan is like
Mm-hmm.
fucking perfect.
Mhm.
Yep.
So Jake, that was your number 2.
That was my number 2.
Now I don't know if I want. I have 2 shows I want to shout out, but I'm gonna pick one of them. I'm gonna go with Legion.
I thought you were
No-
gonna say that one for
none of
last.
you-
You have been campaigning this show.
Yeah.
I haven't touched it yet, just because
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a little more, just because I love to binge watch stuff. But
So season 2 just ended. Now is a good time to start binge watching.
okay,
It's a good 2-season arc. So Legion is the best iteration of X-Men on screen. It is
and you mean TV, movie,
TV,
otherwise?
movies, everything. It is such a weird mind fuck of a show that just continuously plays with your emotions, plays with your expectations. You never know what's coming next. And I'm not gonna say anything spoilery because like the first season, it like maybe episode 6 or 7, it clicks what's actually happening. In second season, it doesn't click till the final episode, and you're like, holy shit, you've been fucking with me for 2 entire seasons. What the hell? The performances, the writing, the characters, they don't like really throw in your face like, hey, this is an X-Men show. It's very
Right.
much a human story about these people who are different, and like especially this one character who does this isn't a spoiler because this is what the character of Legion is. Character dealing with mental disorder and nobody really believing him, and like really just
Basically DID, right?
yeah, just like throwing him into this fucking mental institution, just not believing him, just treating him like fucking garbage. And you treat something like garbage enough, he's gonna bust out of his shell and become this powerful fucking being. And I love how it's like amazing writing, it's awesome action sequence, really cool display of like mental powers, like telepathic powers and whatnot. It's also just really fucking weird. Like there are just like musical aspects of the show where like characters like dancing and shit to like show off like the telepathic kind of capabilities. And it sounds really goofy, but it's not like the Flash Supergirl musical episode,
Right.
which came off like really weird. It's
Oh,
really
that was weird.
artfully done.
No,
It's
if you're
shot
dealing with a
beautifully,
mind like, you can do anything.
Yeah.
it's
Um,
fucking awesome. And the second season ends with a certain fight, and the way they show the fight is the most original thing I've ever seen on screen. So, the showrunner Noah Hawley, yeah, originally did Fargo for TV. Fargo season 1, fantastic, like really
Oh,
great.
I love that.
Fargo.
I love that season. Yeah,
Did you watch season 2?
I
Fargo?
haven't, and which is blasphemy for me because I'm such a huge Bruce Campbell fan.
Yeah.
Like
Fargo
he
season-
lives around here. Like if he
Yeah.
found out, he'd probably come and beat my ass. But
Fargo season 2 is a masterpiece.
oh
It's
fuck, I need to buy it.
fucking incredible, and he takes everything he learned from Fargo and applies it to this X-Men universe, and just works so fucking well. And he's currently developing a Doctor Doom movie.
You're
for
right.
Marvel
Yeah,
or
you were
Fox.
talking about that.
It's currently on hold because of this whole deal, but I cannot wait to see what he does with that character. I know
I
he's
want
working on
them
more
like
Fargo.
I don't know what his plans are. I want them to do what they did with the Marvel reboot recently in the comics.
Mhm.
I want Doctor Doom to show up. Fantastic Four movie happened, even though the ending sucked.
Yeah.
And the universes are collapsing, and he melds them all together, and we have this cohesive universe.
Yeah.
And Doctor Doom seems like a nice god for a little while. until
And
he becomes
seeing
Dr.
what
Doom again.
he's doing with Legion, he could absolutely pull that off.
I mean,
yeah,
we have what's his name? Logan, director.
James
What?
Mangold? Is it?
Yeah,
Mangold?
James
James Mangold.
Mangold, and he's doing what movie is it again?
he's doing Boba Fett.
Yeah, like get him back in these comic book movies too. Like we have these fantastic directors that can just tell an actual story, and it's not based
Yeah.
off action pieces. Let's just keep doing that.
But yeah, no, that's probably my biggest highlight of the year. I should have probably saved it for last. Not enough people are talking about it. It deserves all your attention, and just
And I need
Matt,
Hulu to
binge
watch
it.
that, right?
I
was just gonna ask.
don't know. I have
Uh,
DirecTV now. I just do through that.
I know it's not on
You can watch
Netflix.
a
It's not on HBO.
No, FX stuff is weird. I know Atlanta season 1 is on Hulu, so I'm assuming season 1 of Legion's on Hulu. That was gonna be my other
Legion
shout-out,
season 1 is
Atlanta.
on Hulu.
There you go.
But not 2 because it just ended.
2 just ended.
Yeah,
Last week.
2 just ended. So, depending on
Uh,
how
you
their
can-
deal is, I don't think it's going to be available anytime soon. Depends.
You can watch some episodes on FX's website just with ads.
Hmm.
Um,
Are these
yeah.
not long seasons or?
It's
10
very short,
episodes?
like 8 to 10.
Okay,
yeah, 8 to 10.
cool.
I
Okay.
think 10 or maybe 10.
Hmm.
Because yeah, a way they're like kind of connecting the seasons also. So each episode title is just chapter 1 through 20. So I think it is 10. I think chapter 20 just happened.
Okay.
Oh, and the fucking music isn't fucking incredible, especially in season 2. It's like this weird, trippy, like harpsichordy, telepathic-y kind of sounding. I can't like
Which
describe
has
what it is,
nothing
but
to
it's
do with
awesome.
this episode. But I just heard that the Luke Cage season 2 soundtrack is amazing.
Hmm.
I heard the
So-
show was trash though.
Hmm.
No, I heard it's a slow burn, but then it gets amazing.
Really?
I heard
The
very
review
good
I
things.
read, and they've been very
Oh.
critical on other stuff. So
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of dropping the ball with all these shows.
I think I'm done with the Netflix Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones season 2 wasn't great.
I didn't watch it.
Daredevil season
um,
2 wasn't that great either, to be
Defenders
honest.
was great.
First half of it though.
First half was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then as soon as
Um,
you involved Elektra into it, I'm like, nah, I don't care.
I enjoyed Punisher. It was a B grade.
Yeah, I enjoyed Punisher.
Yeah.
So
Iron Fist
I'm
can
gonna
just go to
give Luke
hell.
Cage a benefit of the doubt going in.
I did love season 1 of Luke Cage.
I stopped.
I loved the first half of it.
I stopped
Yeah,
halfway through, because like after
Don't-
the barber, spoiler alert, after the barber dies and stuff, I was like, this kind of lost traction. Like he doesn't know,
Yeah.
like the show
For
doesn't know
me,
what
it's
it
like-
wants to be. But Mike, you need to finish it because when the other villain comes in and everything,
Oh no, I finished it.
oh okay.
I didn't like the rest of it.
I actually did. It was a totally different show.
Yeah.
It was more campy,
Don't-
like especially since you see the
don't-
presence.
You don't kill off Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
That's true.
You don't do
It,
that.
I enjoyed it. It's way different than the first half.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do you think-
Luke Cage
do you-
season 2 comes out soon.
Do you
so
think
we'll-
Iron Fist season 2 will be good?
No. There's no saving.
That's who
Iron
I
Fist.
I'm not crazy about Mike Colter.
So
No.
I'm not like an advocate for like against cultural appropriation and all that stuff. Just make Iron Fist not a white dude. Like I know he's a white dude in the comic book, but just fucking change it.
Well, him too. I'm not crazy about either.
Especially since that actor just can't fucking do anything with that
There's a
role.
reason they killed him off in Game of Thrones.
Mm.
Yeah.
Barely was on
moving
there.
on.
Moving
Matt, I
on.
think you're
Matt
next.
for the final.
So before I hit that, I do want to talk about another TV series. It was on Fox, and it's gone for good now, seemingly. One of the best shows that came out in the past couple of years, The Exorcist.
I didn't know there was a show.
Exactly. If you love the original movie, I can't recommend it enough. There's 2 seasons. So fucking good, but no one watched it. It was on Fox of all places. It was the best
Interesting.
horror show on television. But yeah, no one watched it. All these shows are getting saved. Lucifer just got saved by Netflix. I don't think
I saw that.
anybody's gonna save Exorcist just because no one knew it was there.
There's no
Outcast season
hashtag.
2 finally happening.
Yeah.
What?
Outcast season 2 finally happening in July.
Mhm.
Very excited for that. Just finished the first season.
But
Very good.
yeah,
Just
all
to,
these shows-
just to talk about that just a little bit. I'm surprised in how all these shows are getting saved. Like I didn't think Lucifer would have gotten saved.
I didn't think
but-
Lucifer was gonna last the first season, but
No.
apparently they actually found a great medium
Right.
on how to do that show, and people have been raving about it.
Yeah, I've seen so many posts about it. Like I knew Brooklyn Nine-Nine was going to get picked back up. That was a
Yeah.
dumb thing by Fox to just drop. But for Lucifer, I didn't know there was that huge of a following, and just seeing all the tweets and mentions just there, I was like, holy crap, it's got a good
Yeah.
following, so good for them.
Yeah. No one knew The Exorcist was there. Wasn't publicized. The diehard fans that knew it was there, but that was it. It's on Hulu, season 1 and 2. Watch it. I can't recommend it enough, especially season 1. It ties into the original movie how you wouldn't think it did.
That's cool.
So, my number 1 so far for this year, not going to be a surprise, God of War.
That's why I didn't mention it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
Like, I went through my entire list of games, movies, all this stuff, and that's why I was really like, guys, are we gonna have like a repeat performance? Because some of these we've already talked about. I can't say enough about God of War, and we already did.
Yeah.
Charlie
perfect game.
Wilson's War. I love that term.
So yeah, God of War, number 1 for me so far this year. I am looking forward to seeing it dethroned though. I cannot wait for Spider-Man.
Ooh, Spider-Man.
Talked
Ah,
about
damn.
we talked about that in last week's episode, but I'm actually in agreement with you. Like, God of War was just amazing, and Elena just put out a tweet from IGN. She said, "I wish I could play God of War again for the first time ever." And it's just, I wish the same thing.
Well, it's like the same thing for like Last of Us. Like,
Yeah,
the first time you play that game, and it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Playing it.
it's just
again,
not
but,
the
like,
same.
The first time you play it, like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for Last of Us 2.
I know.
And yeah, Mike, like we did talk about last week, and I brought up the point, like, how about all these other Sony games they're saying are not coming to PS4, quality wise, and then we saw Spider-Man. That game comes out in a couple months. Look
Which
at
is
that game.
Insane.
Look at that game. These other games that they're showing are coming to PS4. They're not.
I just saw a clip as I was just like in pain in bed in a aspirin coma. Of like, it was like a 20-second clip of him climbing the Empire State Building, and he stays on top of it, and they do a scan of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody who's lived in New York his entire life, that city looks like I just Google mapped it.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible. I thought The Division did a fucking fantastic job, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
But god damn, this
is-
it looks like they didn't. It looks like they got the entire city.
Yeah. What was it?
Which is
Jonathan
mind-blowing.
Dornbush tweeted out
So
like,
like he
yeah.
swung through his
He
neighborhood.
started up
Yeah.
the demo at like 2 blocks from his
2
house.
blocks. Yeah, 2 blocks. I'm like, that's insane.
That's like, I remember when GTA 4 came out, I would just drive around the city and just
Yeah.
like look for familiar spots.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Division. I did that in Division also. I just like went to certain streets where I knew like certain stores were, like some of my favorite spots were.
Yeah.
And like some things were gone, obviously, but I'm so excited to just swing and like see my favorite music venues or like anything like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just can't wait to
I
walk by
can't
civilians
wait.
and just go like,
Yeah, that little wave thing is.
My big excitement for the entire game, story beats what we think is going to happen aside. I want to see all the alternate costumes.
mm-hmm.
I cannot
I
wait.
ate that shit up.
Do we
in
do
video
we
games.
get Greg
Me too.
Miller, Spidey?
Oh my god, I want it so bad. The director keeps tweeting out and stuff about
Right?
Greg Miller, like, please give it to me.
That would be hilarious. Just it'd be like Donut Drake, you know, but this
Yeah.
one for Spidey. Like,
It's
I'm
called
so-
Donut Spidey, but it's
Yeah.
actually Greg Miller.
yeah.
So far, I think I'm gonna play as Spider-Punk for a lot of it, depending on what else is
Mm.
released. I'm very excited that's a pre-order costume. That means
Yeah.
I can get it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
And
pre-ordered
I-
it. Day went
yeah.
up for pre-order. I'm not. Yeah.
You know, I still got to. I gotta grab that deluxe edition. I want that pin. I skipped out on the God of War pin because I wasn't crazy about it, but I want to get that little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jake
Um,
for it.
What? Oh, nice.
So the only thing I'm upset about that pen, since there's nowhere else to talk about that they used the gray
Yeah.
that line.
Yep.
because Kratos'
Fine line,
eyes
no.
aren't even there.
No, it just
The Spider-Man one looks better.
yeah.
I do love that Sony is doing this, by the way, like
Mhm.
physical things for digital pre-orders. It's,
Yeah.
I just wish we could get that with the physical, too, because I love having the library. So.
Jake, you're up. Last one.
Hollow Knight just came out.
Whoa.
I'm really enjoying it, dude. The art style, the storytelling, like even like the voice characters, you could tell they're like they're speaking a different language. Like I'm not sure which languages were. I'm wondering if they use like different languages from different like a bunch of different countries. But it's so good. I'm loving the art style. I'm loving the gameplay of it, and the music in there. It's so good.
It's great.
I'm not all the way through it. I haven't beaten it yet. I think Mike's a little bit further than I am. I'm just like,
Oh, really?
I think so.
I literally put like an hour into it.
Oh, then okay, then you're not further than me.
I was like, no way.
I didn't know. I can't remember how far you were.
I'm on second boss.
Yeah. So I'm just so it's just fun to explore. Like
So, I saw the video at E3. Can you give me an elevator pitch of what the actual game is?
It's a Metroidvania Souls-like
mm-hmm.
with hand-drawn art.
Yeah, no, I love the art aspect
Yeah.
to it. That's the only reason I'm excited about Battletoads, because I own the original game and I'm past stage 3.
I can vouch for Jake. I started it last night. I was completely enamored by it.
Mhm.
This is one of the reasons I bought a Switch. Like I knew like I wanted a Switch day one because I assumed it was coming day one. But
Yeah.
because I obviously this came out on PC last year, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like completely floored by the art style and the music. And then a YouTube channel I follow associated with IGN, Prepare to Try, did a mini episode on Hollow Knight, and that's when I realized it was a Souls-like, like a very light version of a Souls-like.
Very light.
And I was completely in, and starting it last night, it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's like definitely gonna go down as like one of the best indie darlings out there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's great.
That's all I can say about it.
My last one is a film that, again, I feel like not a lot of people are talking about or have spoken about. It's called Thoroughbreds.
I am immersing the trailer. I'm immersing the vinyl release for it.
I have vinyl.
It looked interesting, but I
Yeah.
never seen it. So
No.
So far, it's my favorite film of the year. We'll talk about the movie I thought was going to dethrone that in a few minutes. It's elevator pitch without spoiling it. It's about two friends who are planning to kill one of the friends' stepfather, because he's a fucking prick. And it's just really fucking out there, beautiful music, beautifully shot, and goofy, kind of, but it's like dark. I like really weird, dark things that don't take themselves too seriously, but still have a crazy impact. One of the last roles, it actually might be his last role by, and I'm gonna butcher his name, Anton.
Oh, yeah.
Anton. Yep.
Yeah.
Anton Yelvik, I think.
I believe so.
I know it's not the right name to pronounce that. I just
I
said
know.
Yelnik. What's his
Yelnik.
last name? But yeah.
One of his last roles, he's fucking fantastic in it as this like really shady drug dealer type person who's trying to help the girls out. I also have a somewhat personal connection with it because it takes place in like super ritzy Connecticut, and Anton, there's a throwaway line where like he's like, "You don't know me, you don't know where I'm from," and the girl's like, "Westchester." It's like, "You don't know me, I'm from Westchester." So just funny, like hearing like little things like that. But no, it's really cool, really dark, really twisted, a weird, dark comedy that I can't recommend enough. Not a lot of people were talking about it, so I just wanted to give it a shout out on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the music is fucking dope. I do have the vinyl release.
Who put that out?
The vinyl or
No,
the
the
film?
movie.
Oh,
Corey Finley's the.
Vamp for a second. I'll look it up. I can give a shout out to Anna Taylor-Joy, who's in it, who plays the daughter of the asshole stepfather. She's fucking awesome in it.
Hmm.
She's in a lot of things recently. She was in The Witch. She was in Split. She's in New Mutants, if that movie ever comes out.
Right.
God, that
I don't-
movie.
I wish we could see the original version.
I know,
that was
right?
done.
So this is his like.
I'm not finding it.
This is his like first movie he's done.
Yeah, this is his debut.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna find it in time. I can't find it. I know it's not like A24 or Annapurna or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that was the joke I was gonna make.
no, it wasn't. Okay, so now we're on to our disappointments. Let's start with Matt because I want to piggyback off the movies.
So really quick, because I have two, so I'll just mention one because it can be easily fixed. Hey, Ubisoft, fuck you. Anyone who bought the gold edition of Far Cry 5 got Far Cry 3 Classic Edition early, because I don't think it's actually out yet for just people to buy yet on PS4 and Xbox One. There is a huge fucking dead zone on the right analog stick, so to even look around, you have to move your thumb 45% through the thumbstick, and it's fucking jarring. It's unplayable. Some people have actually played through it and still have a problem with, like, don't fucking play through it at all. Fucking, there's a massive thread on Ubisoft forums, trying to get it like, hey, you're aware of this, fucking fix it. You knew about this when you put it out, because this was not in the original game. So that was quick, I guess. So fuck you, Ubisoft. My actual biggest disappointment of the year so far, though, the movie Hereditary. And you know, there's only so much I can blame myself for falling into the hype. But I actually have a coworker who's like, "Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I'm really excited." The only thing I told him, like, try to de-hype yourself. Like, try to go in fresh. Because I feel like if I did do that, if I hadn't heard anything about this movie, I'd probably enjoy it more. It still wouldn't scare me, but I would probably respect it more because I did like the cinematography. I did like the audio work, the acting, and everything. It was a story, and the fact that this movie is being heralded as like the scariest horror movie, like even past Exorcist and stuff like that, that like hooked me, but I didn't agree with. So
So, I enjoyed it more than Matt did. I did think it was scary. It's beautifully shot. The production's beautiful. All that stuff. It's great. What ruined it for me, and Jake, I know you don't care, but I'm not going to spoil it. What ruined it for me is that they hand you the story on a silver platter. Like, literally, there's a point.
3 times.
3 times. But, like, the most egregious one is where the main character picks up a book, and the plot is literally highlighted in the book.
Yeah.
And I really wish, I know Matt saw The Witch, I really wish it did something like The Witch where it just trusted the audience and let you come up with the story on your own. Like, we
I
didn't need
love The Witch.
Me too. That's, to me, is a modern horror masterpiece.
It's, yeah.
And I think we are gonna do a one shot about like horror, like a horror resurgence, one of these days.
Like, Witch didn't scare me, but I love and respect that movie
It was
way more.
tense.
Yeah.
And like this could have easily done that, but they had to like over explain everything. And other than that, there was like some really fucking shocking imagery and really scary moments for me. I was like curled up in the theater, like. But yeah, again, like Matt, I hyped it up way too much for myself, and especially hearing like at South by Southwest getting like standing ovations.
Not even South by Southwest, but Cannes.
Yeah,
This movie
that
played
too.
out. Yeah.
I meant no, I meant Sundance because it
Oh.
was at Sundance, so it was getting like standing ovations and shit. And it's like, really?
Yeah, no, I saw a different movie than they did apparently. All the
Yeah.
power to you. Like, if you love this movie, like I've
Oh
been
yeah,
saying
and I
for,
know
like,
a lot of people do. It's been
Yeah.
getting great reviews, and it's definitely a victim of hype.
Yeah.
But yeah,
for people like you and me, like who actually love the horror genre, it's definitely a victim that way. The people that see a horror movie to be scared because they don't actually watch horror movies, they probably love this movie, and
Oh, yeah.
that's great. I'm glad for them. But for like people like you and me, like we expect just a little bit more.
yeah. I was expecting The Witch. I was expecting It Comes at Night. I was expecting Raw, and I didn't get that.
I still need to finish that movie.
Raw?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's on my list for this year.
It's my favorite film of last year.
Hmm.
It's fucking awesome. And then just to echo Matt, that's my biggest disappointment of the year. Also, even though I still really enjoyed the movie, it's definitely like in my top 10 for the year. But I thought it was gonna blow my fucking mind.
Yeah, I know. I was all prepared. I went by myself. I bought a large popcorn and a drink.
Yeah.
Sat there waiting. Like, I was enjoying it, but sat there waiting for the fuck you moment. Like, I'm gonna start being scared and stuff. But
Yeah.
Never came for me.
So Jake, what do you got?
We talked about it earlier. Walking Dead. It's just a
Okay.
huge freaking disappointment. I just want to go into it just a little bit, just saying like, you ended last season with like, finally Negan is here. He's like, he seems like great, just like the comic book character, and I was really excited for that. It just, everything fell flat. They killed off a character that didn't need to be killed off. I think all because of just stupid, executive decisions about where they want their money to go to.
I mean, that's AMC.
Yeah, it's AMC. Their whole thing with this storyline was just, I don't know, it just bored me. Like, it wasn't that great. I think, Mike, you and I would agree, like, yeah, like when the season came back after its break, it's like, okay, this is ramping up. It could end decently. And then it didn't. Like, it just didn't perform well.
I didn't finish it.
No. Like, I finished it. I just watched it for the ending, but I'm just like, the whole message could have been done without, I don't know, just killing that one character. Like, it didn't make sense. None of the decisions that were made sense. And they're just going downhill.
Matt, do you care about spoilers?
No, I don't care.
You're talking about Carl, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
they kill off Carl because there was a fight behind the scenes.
Yeah. And it's just like, Carl
With
is a
Amy,
huge factor in the comics. Like,
Still
huge. Exactly. Like, you need him. Like, you can't have it be Judith,
Hey,
which
granted,
Judith shouldn't be alive anyways.
Well, yeah. Granted, I'm okay with comics and TV being different.
Right.
It's fine. It keeps it interesting. Keeps the comic readers guessing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Even, I just binged through Kirkman's other comic series, Outcast, the
Mhm.
TV series.
Yeah.
There are like drastic changes in that.
Yeah.
And like I'm super interested to see like how they take it, but that's done a little smartly.
Yeah.
A little smarter. Great. And that's the showrunners and like they know how to do shit. And
Right.
the network, Cinemax puts out some good fucking shit, and that's like the
Mhm.
perfect home for that. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad decisions going on. I just want the show to end because Andrew Lincoln's going to leave like
That's
mid-season.
actually what I was gonna
Like,
talk about. Like,
supposedly. Yeah.
they kill off his son. They're gonna, because he's leaving. They're gonna
It-
kill him off.
If you kill off Rick, then what's the point of Walking Dead? Like, who's going to really, I mean,
There hasn't been one of
No.
the show. It's always been about how can we make this go as long as possible without
Mhm.
any super drastic changes to the core cast.
yeah. And it's just, I don't know. The comic is way better.
Because
Totally.
at the end of the 6th issue, Rick's old partner,
Shane, yeah.
dies.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long was he in the show?
2 seasons? 3 seasons?
Almost full 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Which
They've never
I-
cared about like the
I
integrity
actually-
of the story.
I actually did not mind Shane being alive a lot longer than he was. He could have
Yeah.
died a little bit sooner, but I was totally fine because I actually liked his character, and I did want to see like that dynamic and build up between him and Rick.
But was it more about like what the character actually was and who the actual actor is? Because like he is charismatic. I love that dude.
Mhm. John Bernthal.
Punisher and also in Baby Driver.
Yep.
He's only in it for a little minute, but
I thought he was going to be in there for longer, but yeah.
yeah, no, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
But
It's just
So-
this is the season that cemented that I'm not watching. This
yeah,
anymore.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So I didn't give you guys a heads up about this beforehand, but to round this out, what's one thing you're really looking forward to for the rest of the year?
I think Matt and I
Ooh.
can agree.
Wow.
I could go
And,
first if you want to think about it.
Yeah.
So there's a film coming out in a couple weeks called Sorry to Bother You. I think I mentioned it before on this podcast. It's with Lakeith Stanfield, who is in Atlanta, and he has like a small role in Get Out. It looks like just a really trippy, like not real world take on a person getting a job as a telemarketer. Looks really funny, really goofy. Tessa Thompson's in it, Lakeith Stanfield, Terry Crews.
Yeah, there's a great cast in it. Like I just saw the preview for it, and I'm like, I'm
looks
in.
great.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm really happy my job is getting it in a couple, so I'm very stoked about that. So that's probably my most anticipated film for the rest of the year, other
Mhm.
than I was gonna say other than any big popcorn stuff, but I feel like there's nothing else coming out really this year.
I mean, there's like Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. I'm stoked about Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's
The
just
tickets
gonna
were
be.
on sale today.
Oh yeah, it's just something I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see it. Unfortunately, I totally forgot about Incredibles coming out, so I need to go see that this week.
It's
Yeah,
very
I'm
good.
going to see that tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll have to talk about. We'll do a one-shot review for that.
Mhm. Sweet.
Yeah, that's my one thing that I'm very much looking forward to.
I feel like I don't want to take Matt's, even though he like talked about it earlier. So I'm gonna say Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it's gonna be later this
Okay.
year.
Hell yeah.
That game I'm just really excited for. I'm really excited to see what story they're gonna go with. I know it's like prior to Red Dead 1,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to see like a younger John Marston, like what they're gonna do in that aspect. Like the game looks beautiful. It's been a while since we've had a Rockstar game.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long time. So I really loved Red Dead 1. It was one of my favorite games back then. So I'm really excited for that sequel. But we'll see if it comes out this year.
Oh, it will.
I know.
Matt, you struggling?
No, I was thinking about everything that happened during E3 because there's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say this before I say mine. Mike, I'm really surprised you didn't say Smash Brothers.
I know.
I know. I'm trying to stay away from games this episode.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Trust me, the Smash Brothers hype is there.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Spider-Man.
We mentioned it last week.
We did. And yeah, I'm super excited about that game as well. I wish they were bringing back all the stages like they are the characters, but
I think they are.
they aren't. There's a lot of stages returning, but they're touching up every stage, so I understand why they're not doing
Every stage, yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for that game. I'm glad they have not shown us barely anything story-wise. That's how
Yep.
you need to do it for video games.
Dude, it's fucking Insomniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting
Sunset
a new Insomniac
Overdrive
game here.
was the reason I
Right.
bought the Xbox One.
Same here.
So
Yep.
I'm all in.
It's still the best game on the Xbox One.
Yep.
I,
Can't say
I
Halo
ser-
5 because that game was hot trash.
I
Gears
seriously
4 was
thought,
okay.
yeah. I
It's all
seriously
about
thought
Sunset Overdrive and Ori.
Yeah.
Ori. I thought Sunset Overdrive was going to come to PS4. Like I
There
had-
were rumors that it's gonna come to PC.
PC.
yeah.
No, it's a Microsoft published.
Yeah, I
game.
know.
Yep.
But
Um,
I'm okay.
Cool. So that was 2018 so far.
So far.
What are you guys doing this week? Got anything you're looking forward to?
More Hollow Knight.
More Hollow Knight?
Incredibles 2.
Yeah, same here.
Isn't there another movie that I need to go see? I feel like there's.
Yeah, I have two movies on
Jurassic
my
World.
list.
Oh
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah, Jurassic World.
Meh.
Yeah, or Jurassic Kingdom, whatever it's called.
I do have two films I want to check this week. Want You to Be My Neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like fucking crying this week. And a very Mike movie that probably nobody else would really like. It's called Hearts Beat Louder. It's about like a.
Oh no, I want to see that. Nick Offerman's in
Looks
that,
really
right?
good.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman.
No, I've heard
about
really
a father and
good
daughter,
things about that.
father and daughter starting a band. That's like my kind of movie. I'm super into it.
I need to check to see if that's gonna be in my theater then.
Yeah, looks awesome.
Yeah.
I know it's on iTunes, so I'm just gonna watch it there.
Okay.
But,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh,
Um,
that'll.
so yeah, stay at home again.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, we just had the director for it at my job last week. I wanted to catch it, but we had something, so I couldn't check it out. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Hmm.
Matt, you got anything?
For me, yeah, Incredibles 2 tomorrow. Maybe Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom this week. Might wait till next week just so I can catch it on the discount day.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk. I'm still playing 3 of the Tony Hawk
yeah.
games. I'm on 2 right now. I was playing 3 before 1 came in the mail, so like I'm actually almost done with 3. So as soon as I finish 2, I'm probably gonna finish 3. Move on to 4, but
There is another
I'm
game I've
enjoying
been
the hell out of
playing.
these games.
I forgot to mention that I need to make sure Matt's playing too. How's Chain of
Yeah.
Memories?
Yeah, I have today and tomorrow off, so I was actually gonna go through those.
Okay.
Because we'll probably end up recording that episode this week. At some point.
Not this week.
Not Friday.
Next. I thought it was next week. But
Well, we don't know when Alex is leaving for California, so.
Anyways, thank you
But
guys
yeah.
so much for checking out another main course. I I've been one of your hosts, Mike Towndrow. You can find me at Tdro1214. Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me at Shibs42 on Twitter and Instagram. Mike, you said your handle, but you didn't say where they could find you.
Tdro1214 on Instagram, Twitter, PSN, everywhere. Thank you.
And he can tweet you now
headwound is
because he's
still
not dead.
Yeah. You can find really weird pictures of me in the hospital on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find me yelling at Kyle Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't wait to see what this one's like.
Jake, where can people find you?
Jake P47, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to add me on PSN, sure. But we'll see if I accept your
Sure.
invite.
And please do us a favor, follow the three best friends Twitter and Instagram accounts as 3BF Podcast at 3BF Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. If you're
It's
watching
right
the
below
video,
me,
it's
that's why I'm
down
pointing.
there.
Yeah.
Find us on YouTube. Throw us a sub. Throw us a follow. Once we get 100 subs,
Hey.
we can finally get a custom URL.
Guess how many subs we have right now as we're this recording? 25.
Oh,
So we're a quarter way
not
there.
bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Corner way there.
And look forward to a possible stream coming up in the future. The three of us are going to be in San Francisco in a couple weeks for KF Prom. So if you're coming, come say hi, hang out. I'm personally going to all the community events. I know these guys are going to a couple. I just don't know what the
I'll
schedule
go to
is
the
for
food
you.
truck thing and I'll be at prom.
Yeah,
Friday and Saturday.
yeah.
So,
So
IGN.
come hang out, say hi. We're going to try to do a live recording at prom at some point. We just got to figure out timing.
How? When?
I do want to do a quick shout out to Best Friends Talk Funny.
Mhm.
Yes.
I did hit up on Twitter, so if you guys are on Twitter, I hit up Kyle. I'm like, all right, after prom, we're doing this. So look forward to that.
Best Friends Talk Funny is a fantastic show.
Yes.
Run by friend of the show, Kyle Stevenson.
Who is going to be on every single title card for
Title
the main
card.
course? Right?
Yeah.
Just for main course.
Just main course.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, until next E3.
Until next E3, where hopefully we can dethrone him.
Mm.
Yeah, hopefully.
He's a permanent guest now for E3. So
Yeah, it is what it is.
Bastard.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
have a great
Somebody
day.
want to tell me to hit the music? No.
No.
Oh, you're alive. That's right. Mike, hit the music.
Like a